And welcome to another special edition of NHRA Today from the California Hot Rod Reunion. I'm Steve Evans. We just couldn't get all the neat stuff into one show, so we're back. Who could ever forget the Winged Express? Marcellus and Bosch. Mousy Marcellus has put it all back together in honor of his late friend and driver, Willie. It's just absolutely perfect, and it doesn't sit here just looking old. It's a runner as well. Let's get going.
I'll give you 3 easy guesses what I'm standing next to. You say top fuel dragster? Wrong. Top alcohol dragster? No way. I'm next to an A-gas supercharged 33 Willis. That's right, with a big wing on the back and a supercharged motor underneath this aerodynamically sleek hood. You say, well, what's a tiny car like that have to run against an A-gas super? Well, how about a fat-fendered 41 Willis? This one driven by Mary Ann Harmon. She's a terror in this class. The controls are things like the wings and the spoilers in their size, the maximum cubic inches to the weight of the car, and, of course, the type of fuel that is used as well. Some great action coming in A-gas supercharged, not only here at the California Hot Rod Reunion, but throughout the West Coast.
Number 3 qualifier Rich Roberts of Winton, California, taking on the number 7 man Terry Rose of San Ramon, California in the near lane. In the best reaction time battle of the event, Rose got a slight lead on Roberts' out-of-shape 64 Corvette and held on to the end of the track to take the win. The third pair matched up number 2 qualifier Mel Bryson all the way from Springfield, Oregon, with number 6 runner Steve Castelli. In a battle of Willies in the near lane, Castelli's 41 model to Bryson's 32 coupe, the advantage went to Castelli out of the chute. But picking up speed down track, Mel made the long trip worthwhile by passing Steve and earning a right to race in the final 4. In the last confrontation of the round, San Leandro, California's Steve Woods took on last place qualifier Jeff Wilkerson from Buford, Georgia. Wilkerson in the far lane cut the tree thin and used up the entire Bakersfield quarter mile to stay ahead of a much quicker and faster Woods. Wilkerson took the win to advance to the next round.
We'll have more A-gas highlights from Hot Rod Reunion 4 when we return. Plus, nostalgic top fuelers take to the track.
Qualifier Holsey picked up an easy win in round 1 when Johnny Wood fouled. Holsey's opponent in this race was Terry Rose in the far lane, who had defeated Rich Roberts on a hole shot in the first round. At the green, Holsey got the advantage and held it throughout the quarter mile for the win. Holsey's time was 7:26 at 183 to a losing 7:82. Here it is again. It was just too much horsepower for Terry Rose as he slowed a little from his first round run, and Jack Holsey ran another consistent 7:26.
I was running about the same all the time there, so that's good. I just want to thank God, and we made it this far.
The other Final 4 race pitted Mel Bryson, the number 2 qualifier, up against the 8th qualifier Jeff Wilkerson in the near lane. Wilkerson, who had knocked off the number 4 qualifier in the first round, was on his game as he got the whole shot at the start, and as Mel closed at mid-track, he popped a blower, and that was it. Wilkerson got the win with a 7:66 at 174. A look at the replay shows us that Mel had overcome the slower start, but just as he did, the supercharger backfired and his race was over. So now Jeff will face Jack Holsey in the A-gas final. 25-year-old Pete Kaiser. Pete is the 1995 Good Guys Vintage Drag Racing Association Top Fuel Champion, and facing off against him was Bob Halleck from Costa Mesa, California. It's said that luck plays a big part in racing, and when the tree went green, Pete got his lucky break as Bob was way late out of the gate. But down track, the fickle finger of fate pointed toward Halleck as Kaiser's car got out of shape, and Halleck squeezed by to take a breathtaking win. In the near lane is Bill Dunlap. Dunlap comes from a background of late 60s top fuel racing and is campaigning a brand new Dave Yahara built chassis. Dunlap met up with number 6 qualifier Wally Giavia of Klamath Falls, Oregon. After staging, Wally just couldn't wait for the green and red lighted. Dunlap then went into the next round. In the final race of the round, number 4 qualifier Denver Schutz in the Ground Zero car met up with Ty Norton in the near lane. Norton, a high school auto shop teacher from Exeter, California, gave a driving lesson to Schutz at the green and held on to his advantage the entire length of the track to make his way into the semis. While the reunion top fuelers are definitely the powerhouse show-offs every year in Bakersfield, You might remember last week we showed you nostalgic twin-engine power. But it was the tire-smoking dual horsepower of Mike McLennan's Champion Speed Shop entry that we showed you, and not the John Peters freight train.
Welcome back to NHRA Today and our final round coverage of California Hot Rod Reunion 4. Dave McClellan has the call for the A-Gassers.
The first A-Gas final round at the Hot Rod Reunion was an East versus West matchup. Jeff Wilkerson from Beaufort, Georgia took on #1 qualifier Jack Holsey from Folsom, California in the far lane. When the tree went green, Holsey cut the second best reaction time of the day, and that was more than enough to win this inaugural A-Gas race at the Hot Rod Reunion. Another look at this race shows us that Jack was never challenged, as his 85 thousandths of a second advantage off the line, coupled with problems at mid-track for Wilkerson, meant an easy win, even though this was his slowest run of the day, a 7:33 at 184.
It's really been special. The thing just happened to be stepping up and be running pretty good. We set the record a couple weeks ago at Sears Point, so that we was excited about that, and then winning this here really put the icing on the cake. It's really been good, I'll tell you.
Congratulations to A-Gas champion Jack Halsey. But we've still got one more pair of cars. It's the Hot Rod Reunion Top Fuel Finals. Will the defending champion take the crown home again? Dave McClellan has the call.
The Top Fuel final round pitted the first winner of the reunion race, Bill Dunlap, up against the man who's won the other two, Ted Taylor, in the near lane. At the green, it was Dunlap with a hole shot start, but the man who set records in this class last year would not be denied, as Ted Taylor lowered the all-time record for a front-engine dragster to a 6 flat on his way to the win. The replays, it was Dunlap off the line with a 512 to a 565, but by the time they got to the traps, it was World War II again with the win. It was Taylor's third consecutive win at the reunion, and just missing his personal goal, a 5-second run.
6:00. I missed a 5 by 1/100. I really wanted to do a 5 for my partners, Jim Herbert, Ron Rapatis, Steve Weil, Gary Grizzle. That's what we were after. We chased it all year. I guess it just wasn't to be. Pretty close, though. Pretty close.
We should point out that Ted said he was retiring after he won last year. Well, he said it again this year. We'll see how long Ted stays retired this time.